So today I'm gonna do a presentation um on how to sound confident. Has that ever been you? Have you ever emmed and ummed your way through an entire presentation? Well, today I'm going to give you 3 steps for eliminating all of those filler words so that you feel confident and you sound articulate throughout your presentation. Step number 1 is to record yourself speaking. And the reason we want to do this is because we need to identify what filler words you are using and where you are using filler words. Starting with the what. There are lots of different types of filler words. There are the es, the ums, the you knows, the so's, and of course the most annoying of all, the person who constantly says like.
I think that it's like a little like, would you go out of the country with someone you've never met before, or like that you don't know? Like, when are we supposed to do this?
Why are you so hesitant?
The question is, which filler word are you using? Because until you identify that, it's going to be very difficult to remove that filler word from your speech. The where is about identifying where in the sentence you use that filler word. For instance, are you using it at the start? I'd like to talk about belly dancing. Are you using it mid-sentence? My favorite Star Wars character is Yoda. Or are you using it at the end of your sentence? Why do I have so many weird thoughts? I really need to see a psychologist. Once you've identified what filler word you're using and where you're using it, you can begin planning how you will remove it from your speeches and presentations. And that brings me on to step number 2, replacing your filler words. Now, what we ideally want to replace our filler words with is... Have you guessed it yet? Silence! Silence is the best thing that we can do. But that's easier said than done. So what I'd recommend doing in order to get comfortable with using silences more is slow down your speech. So instead of talking like this, today I want to talk to you about the, importance of remaining calm. Talk like this. Today I want to talk to you about the importance of remaining calm. By slowing things down, you will give yourself time to think about replacing that filler word with silence. And that brings me on to step number 3, daily practice. Now, you might not have the opportunity to speak to an audience every day, but you do have the opportunity to speak to your phone. And what I would advise doing is for 60 seconds every day, film a video. And in this video, you can talk about anything. You can talk about the weather. You can talk about what you had for dinner. You can talk about those in-laws you don't like. Your goal is to get to a point where you're doing that entire 60 seconds without using one filler word. Now that might be quite tough on day 1. At first, you might be sounding like this guy. For my dinner tonight, I had chicken schnitzel with, potatoes. But by day 7, you'll be sounding more like this guy. For my dinner tonight, I had chicken schnitzel with potatoes and it was fantastic. And that's how it works. At first, you're going to be awful. You'll be emming and umming and you knowing and liking probably about 10 times in that first 60-second video. But as each day goes by, those ems and ums are going to get less and less until you're barely using any filler words at all in your speech. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please subscribe to this channel. I'll be doing more public speaking content and videos every single week. And I'd love to hear below in the comments, what advice would you give someone who's struggling with filler words? Type it in below. Above all, I wish you the very best in your next presentation, and I hope today's tips have helped you wave bye-bye to those filler words.